So I've been doing a lot of reflecting on my love life in the last couple of days, or I guess at least currently lack thereof. And I think I'm having a bit of like a self-discovery moment, because I've come to the realization that not only do I attract toxic men, but I kind of prefer them. And I don't want to hear a single man using the excuse of, see, this is a woman saying that she prefers nice guys finish last, blah, 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 whatever BS you guys sprout all the time on the internet. Because I can absolutely promise you that for 99.9999999 repeating percent of women, that's not true. Most women want a nice man who treats them well. And I can also say that in theory, that's also what I want. I just don't know how to operate in those kind of situations. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and like trauma dump because like, who cares? But like, I didn't have a good life for the last 28 and a half years. Like, all of the people who were supposed to teach me what love was, like growing up, didn't do that. Alhamdulillah for everything, because I wouldn't be the woman and the mother that I am now if it weren't for those experiences. And I'm also very thankful because there are some people outside of blood relatives who did go out of their way to show me and continue to show me unconditional love in every way that they can. I'm so thankful that I have like a hefty handful of people who do truly love me now and take care of me at every chance that they get. But like, the damage has already been done, right? Like, going through my entire life almost exclusively being exposed to terrible toxic relationships has led me to not be comfortable in a good relationship. Like, I'm genuinely at the point where I'm pretty sure if like a good man were actually to approach me and like want to participate in like a healthy relationship, I would immediately be suspicious and dip. Like, because specifically in romantic relationships, I have never experienced like a non-transactional situation. And like, I'm fully aware that I am to toxic men what blood in the water is to sharks. Like, they can smell me from 10 miles away and it sends them into a frenzy. But like, also to be fair, I've never really done anything to defend myself from that, and maybe I just don't know how to properly. But even when I'm aware of like that's what's happening in the situation, I do very little, if anything at all, to like get out of that situation. And I've noticed this behavior in myself, like not only in romantic relationships, but in friendships too. Like, somebody will literally be backbiting me so hard that I can hear it out my window, and I will still give them the shirt off of my back and sacrifice everything for them. And I'm starting to realize that that also makes me a toxic person. Like, that makes me a bad person because I am an enabler. And it's really unfortunate because like, I just love people. Like, even if you're a terrible person, like, I love you. Like, the only line I really draw is on the Zios. Like, as long as you're not hurting anybody else, other than me, like, as long as you're not hurting anybody else with your behaviors, like, I can excuse them. And I'm so torn on it because, like, on one side, like, yes, I do need to learn how to set boundaries. I do need to learn how to protect myself, and I do need to learn how to remove myself from situations that are not good for me physically or mentally. But I don't want to stop loving people. I don't want to stop giving people unending chances to like be good people. Like, I don't want to be the one that makes somebody worse because I left them, and maybe if I would have stayed a little bit longer, like, they would have, this is sounding like Stockholm Syndrome. Wait, this is sounding like Stockholm Syndrome. But like, the point is I don't want to stop giving people chances to be a good person. But like, there has to be a point that I have to realize that I need to protect myself. And I don't know where that point is. And I usually wait so long that it gets to the point where I'm like physically ill from the way that I'm being treated. Like, my emotions have gotten to me so much that I feel ill. And that's the only time that I realize, like, hey, maybe I do need to remove myself from this situation. But it takes me so long to realize that because I genuinely want to believe in the good in people. And like, I'm so glad that I made this realization about myself, and I'm so glad that I'm finally starting to understand like how I react in these situations. But now the issue is now that I know this information about myself, I have to come up with a solution. And I don't know how to do that. Like, I can tell myself all day that I need to set boundaries and I need to protect myself, but actually implementing that is like impossible to me, because when I'm in the moment and somebody's treating me terribly or making me feel terrible, or I'm in a situation where I'm really uncomfortable and upset about the actions that are happening, like, I'm just like, give them another chance. Like, they'll figure it out.